and how are you on this wonderful Friday morning? It is Friday, October 22nd, 2023. How are you doing today? Good morning, Stacy. How are you today? Good morning, Loretta. How are you today? You are one. Hi, Ryan. Good morning. How are you, wonderful, amazing, beautiful, stunning people, uniquely created to be here right now? Good morning, Cyrus. How are you today? It is a wonderful morning. It's such a pleasure to have you guys drop in and to spend some time with me. I am fully aware it takes a special person to press that button when they say Tessa-Marie is going live and to join me. So let's get going. 1 minute before 8, and it's 8. Here you are. Thank you. It's quite a scarf. I got it in India years ago, and I really love it. I don't get to use it often, but I decided today, Friday, I'm going to go in then. And here I am. You should see what you have to do, Cyrus. You'll get a kick out of it. It's very long, and you have to twist it. You can't just hang it. It has to be twisted so you can have all these ridges showing and put in a bag, special bag. But you know, I always choose the difficult. Anyway, let's get the morning blessing on the road. Thank you, Cyrus, for that. What must change for you? That's a question we all have. And I love giving you a homework for Friday. You have 2 days to fool around with this question. I would really enjoy if I could know that one of you decided to take that question to heart and ask yourself that question. What must change for me? It is important to know what must change for me. Not what must change for somebody else or you. I said it because I'm talking with you. But to say to somebody, what must change for you? You cannot do that. We do not have that power. Or we can jump in and make an opinion and cause assumptions and tell them what's wrong. So already we have 3 strikes against us. We're using negative words to tell them what must change for them. I have to keep going out of my own way. I'm still thinking too small. You know, we all do that. So, Cyrus, when you come to that part, you have to explode. And its explosion comes from inside. Oh, there's never an explosion that goes from the outside. It sits in there and it goes boom. And that is the day you believe that you are going to get there. There is nothing that stops us from dreaming that big thing and saying, I need to change. I have to get out of my own way. I am the beaver that is blocking my river. When you know that, that is Stacy's most enjoyable thing. Good morning, Yuko. When you know that you are in your own way, you have to have conversations with you and listen. What is the situation or thing you must change in your life? Getting out of my own way, hi Rita, and thinking about what it is I can do for me to succeed in there. Why am I just going at the end? Why am I afraid to jump in? Why do I see the rocks that will cut me instead of seeing the river that will cuddle me? Because sometimes when we jump and we're looking down at the rocks, we don't see. If we just push, if we take a bigger leap, we'll end up in the lazy river. Every river has a lazy river. No matter how huge, how ferocious that river is, there is a lazy river flowing in it. When you go up into the tops of Quebec and you're going through the Gaspé region on the peninsula, you should see the size of that river on Highway 283, I think it's called. And sometimes all you see is salmon going upstream. It is so amazingly quiet. But a little further away, there is a raging river of rocks, and you know for sure you go there, you are dead. And you know that. So we have to aim for that part of the river where we have to sit and take it and believe it's not always going to be raging, and jump in and aim for the smooth river. Aiming for it is important. It's saying to yourself, there are boulders there, I'm not going to go in. Or what did they say in Proverbs? There's a lion in the street, so I'm not going to go. That's what they said in Proverbs. There's a lion in there, so I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay there. But if we stay there, we will not be building the muscle of success, because happiness is what that brings success. We have to do things to make us happy. That's why we have to change the things that are blocking us. About the beaver, I know I can remember. You thought it was a nasty little creature, but it's a lesson creature. Hi, Ezra. So the situation that is in your life that is keeping you, good morning, Jean, where you are, is what you have to change. No. Study the situation. Study it. Demand that it responds to you. It will respond to you. Say to the situation, hey, what can I do with you? I have to get out of you. You are not working for me. You have to attempt to go after what is in your way. If the beaver is blocking your river, you go upstream with your gun ready to shoot the beaver. But we do not go upstream in our mind and shoot our limited belief, our fears. I am not good enough. I am this, I am that, and all those things. Why? If it was a beaver, you would go after it. You would get friends to help you. Who is your helper? Who is the person that can tell you, man, you're doing great? Man, continue. Stay on path. Persistent and consistently and focus and determination are your key. Once you feel the joy and the happiness of success, it comes. And you have to say, study that situation. I need to know all about it. Get to know it. Get to know why you're in your own way. Get to know what must change for you. And when you get to know what must change for you, change it. Do not leave it unchanged. Go after it. No. Then decide how you're going to change it. What it is you can change that situation. What it is you can do to just change it. Maybe it's not a big thing. Maybe it is a small thing. Maybe it is just getting up earlier today and spending some time in meditation. Maybe it's deciding to give up social media. And make sure, though, you're using that time to make you better. When you give something up, you have to replace it with something else. You want to change. I must change. It must change for me. I need it to change. What it is I'm changing. What am I going to do with it? What can I do? Study the situation. Get to know what you're facing. Get to know what is in your way. Get to know the size of what it is you have to get rid of. Know it. Find out its weaknesses. Do something about what is weak about it. Move into it and say, hey, you're not that good. You're in my way. I have to get through you, above you. I might have to do the Shawshank Redemption. I have to get that spoon and I have to dig against the concrete wall every day. I have to slowly start, and that is how. It's not taking, what you call it, a dynamite and blowing the wall of the prison that set him free. It was the teaspoon at the constantly high energy, constantly digging at that thing. And then in the end, he needed Marilyn Monroe to cover it up for him. It took years. But he knew, what must change for me? I need out of jail. And it still wasn't finished. Even when he got out, he found out he had to swim in the sewer to get out. So what must change? Sometimes just knowing it is not good enough. Sometimes you have to know it inside out. Study it. It is one step in the direction of freedom, not 100 steps. It's one step at a time. The teaspoon was the first thing. And it went on, just enough dust from the walls to fit into the cuff of his pants. So when he got onto the yard for exercise, he could shake his pants and get rid of the dust. It was a plan, but he said, what can I do? What can I do to get out of jail? What must change for me? Now, you decide how you're going to take action on the change, but you have to be careful. You know why you have to be careful? Do you have somebody else in there with you? Decide you're going to change. Know what you prefer. If it involves another human being, remember you cannot change them. So decide what you're going to do. Know what you prefer. If there is a person involved in it, realize you have no control over that human being. Absolutely no control. The only person that you can change is you. The only person that can take action for the change that you're looking is you. If it involves another human being, you have to let them see you changing, not demanding that they change. Don't trick them into changing. Don't tell them you're dying so they can be nicer to you. Do not lie about yourself to get others to do your bidding, because your lies becomes the prophecy of your life. So many times, to get somebody to love you or to do what it is you want to do, many of us go around choosing to say we are sick, we are dying, we have this, something to make them feel sorry, to make them act out of fear of losing you, Stop this. The only person that ends up really, truly being hurt is you. It's your word. You cannot get somebody else to do your biddings by making them believe they have to feel sorry for you. Good morning, Nazim. Don't do that. Choose not to do that. Do not force others to bend to your rules. Do not force others to follow you. Choose your path. Know what you prefer, and if you have a voice, use the voice. You do not have to say to them, I desire you to be this. Someone told me once, my problem, I was too independent. I didn't see it as a problem. I didn't even dwell on it. I just shook it off like water on a duck's back. I didn't take it on. So when somebody says to you, you have a problem, your choice is to express to them, I prefer this. Use your voice. Sitting and keeping your feelings inside of you is destroying you. You are hurting. And Buddha said, hurting and keeping things like that inside of you is like drinking poison and expecting somebody else to die. It makes no sense. So, that person that it involves, you have to leave them alone. I don't mean you walk away, but you show them what it is you desire. No one in your life is a brain reader. It doesn't matter because you're married to them, they should know your preferences. That is none of their business. Their job is to show up and do the best they can, as so is yours. If you have a preference and you are letting that preference sit dormant, guess what? You are again being the beaver in your river. You are again seeing the rocks and not aiming for the smooth running river. You are making some choices that you know for sure is detrimental to your health. And you wonder why you get dire information from the doctor. Oh, I'm gaining weight. My cholesterol is high. My blood pressure is high. It's going on and on. I am on the verge of being diabetic. That's you though. It's all about you. You notice they didn't say it's a combined effort to the person that you involves in your life. You're making a change. And then you come back and you blame that person because all those things are wrong with you. Or you have stress, or you have chronic fatigue syndrome. And you're saying it's because of that person. But you have to change something. What are you going to change? You can be in a relationship and still be an individual. You can be in a marriage for 100 years and still have rights and preferences. You do not have to force them on others. You have to instill them in you. You have to show them instead of telling them how you desire to be treated. Thanks, Cyrus, we do not have to sit still and let other people's dictate how we live. Time to change. The season is changing. I always tell you there is a habit you should incur. Do a self-evaluation. I call it a self-inflection 4 times a year. When the season change, go into the season and look to see what it is I want to change today. What can I change for the new season? What it is I can do for that new season. Go in and get to know it. But you cannot change their attitude, right? You cannot change their attitude. And neither should you change your attitude towards that person. If you're going to change an attitude towards that person that is going to hurt them or make you feel hurt, then don't do it. Leave them alone. You can only change you. You can only take actions to make you feel good and great and important and however. Do not be ashamed to say, I feel important. When you do that, you're hiding yourself. You're covering yourself under a bushel and under a barrel. There is no frog that's going to come to tell the prince, hey, the most beautiful one is under the tub. There is no frog that's going to answer the prince. Where is the other one? If you're hiding your gifts and talents and who you are, then you are making sure the gifts you got, you're sending it back to the gift giver. How do you feel when somebody gives somebody something and they say, I don't like it? You have this thing in you. Use your talents. Say what you prefer. Do not change other humans beings. Do not attempt to. It's so frustrating to do that. You cannot do that. But you can look at yourself and say, I need to get out of my own way. I need to stand up for me. I have Michael Jordan level talent. I need to bring it out. In spite of what is happening in the world, I am going to do the best I can today. Shakespeare told us all about that. The world is a stage, and each and every one of us are actors, and our job is to give our best performance. Change what you do not like in your life and give your best performance to it according to your level. Do not emulate somebody else's behavior because you want to be better than them or just as good as them. You have your own lane. In a race, all of the runners have a lane. They cannot cross the lane. If they run into the lane of another runner, they get disqualified. And if you have been trying to be that person or to be like that person and nothing is working for you, know that it's because that's not your lane. Choose your lane. Make sure you know your lane. And if you have something in you that tells you that that is truly your lane, then go after it. Write it down. Make it clear. Do not be afraid of it and do not try to eat it in one big gulp. You will choke. Take a little piece of that new direction. The new season. Take a little piece. You made a change. I'm changing. This weekend is your weekend to change. This weekend, you have to look to see what it is you can do. Concentrate on you, not on them. Put your attention and energy on what you can do for yourself and for your highest good. Kia said, I'm so excited for the things changing in my life at this moment. I've been reflecting on so much this week, leading into my new year, and this absolutely encourages me even more. Thank you. The idea is to always know that you have the key that can change when you open the door. You do not know what lies beyond it. This man did not know that when he was digging into the hole to get out of the jail in the Shawshank Redemption, that he was going to end up having to swim in the sewer line. But he couldn't let that stop him. It's jump into the sewer line and do your best, or stand where you are and blame the rest. Are you guys getting that? You have a choice every day. Jump into the sewer line and say, I will do my best. Or stay where you are and blame the rest. Which one are you going to choose? Blaming the rest is not going to take you out of jail. Blaming the rest is not going to give you freedom. You have a choice. You have a choice. The sewer line or stay where you are and die. Which one do you want? Take a chance and swim in the sewer line instead of staying where you are and blaming the rest. It is not the way to live a fulfilled life. Get out of your way and believe that you've got it. Where is your faith in you? Where is your belief? You know you started that journey going one small hydrofari, one small step at a time. You know that. And here you are. A spoon and a wall and the cuff of his pants. That is what got him out of jail. And Marilyn Monroe covered the hole until he could jump into the sewer line. Take a chance on the sewer line and stop blaming the rest for you being stuck in the jail that you have the key to break out of. The thing is, you have to know it. What it is I can change in my life. What it is. And if you do not know what it is, you need to ask that question to self and listen for the answer. A little bit of meditation. Is it great when you sleep in? When I do not get up at 4:15, I am constantly trying to catch up with the world. That's what happens for me. 4:15 is my time. Then I am, it's not that I'm rushing. I do not even rush. I just stop. It's like I am in jail. Because 4:15 puts me on the road to success. 4:15 puts me on the happiness road. I'm more contented. I am happier. And happiness brings success. So getting up earlier is not easy, but it is something you have to consider. For me, it's important. No other hour works for me. For you, if you love getting up when the sun is already at the top and you can still go through it, it's great. And that is why we are so unique. I cannot ask anyone I know to get up at 4:15. Why would I do that? Because it works for me, it doesn't mean it has to work for them. So stay in your lane and change what you do not like in your life yourself. Small steps. Do not just stop eating meat because you want to lose weight or carbs all at one time. Jean gets up at 4:30, Stacy gets up at 5. I'm sure you all have different times. And if it works for you, then you do it. For me, it is the peace and the joy of the morning and being alone, sitting in a chair in a dark room and getting in contact with my God, touching my soul, getting the key for his heart and opening the heart of God. I've been for a little over a month now. It definitely works. But baby, that was a challenge for me. Yes. Everything worth having is fighting for. Anything you worth having fighting for. The thing is, for me, by the time it's noon, I have completed so many things. And I'm sure those of you who wake up early find that. But it also means you're going to bed earlier so you can feel healthy about it. And the earlier you get up and the more you involve in doing your thing, if it works for you, that's what you do. If it works for you to get up late and stay up late doing things, then that's what you do. And if you do not like that, like Stacy said, it was a challenge and she did it. Yuko said she enjoys the quiet time, and that was what I did it for. And Jean goes to bed at 8:30, so she gets up at 4:30. I am in there by 9. I am ready to sleep by 9 for the latest. Before I go to sleep, though, I know what's important. My nighttime practices. For me. So I do them. So, concentrate on you, not on them. The them that's in your life. Put your attention and energy on what you can do for you to live a fulfilled life and for your highest good. If right now, the change that's happening that you see you want to create in your life is the kind of change that's going to ruffle feathers, be prepared. Do not act angrily. When the people you live with or the people you know or the friend, for example, that enjoy talking to you at 10 to 11 o'clock at night, and all of a sudden you're saying, I cannot do this. I'm going to bed for 8:30 or 9 because I'm up at 4:30 or 5. Or the person that you used to get up with at 7 and chat with them for an hour, but now you're going to bed later and you're getting up later because it works for you. So understand it's going to make people upset. Why they're going to say? Why do you have to do this? Why do you get up this? Why do you stand up? Why do you do that? There's always a why. And you can treat the why and say, because I prefer it. Do not fight with people. Your only person going to be angry is you, or going to be fed up is you. Discovering what works for you to help you succeed is such a wonderful feeling. It is. Because you have to be happy in that skin of yours. Your brain has to be happy with what you do. Once you feel good, you're going to do good. Once you feel good, you do good, you'll be successful. Success doesn't give you happiness. All the money in the world and all the possessions does not make you happy. It's when you're happy you can be successful because you're already happy. You do not need them to make you happy. You can enjoy them. Happy Friday. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy your weekend. I've got to go. Yes, Jean, thanks for your interaction. We appreciate that. So we need to know, help you succeed, such a wonderful feeling. Stacey says, have a great weekend too, Jean. What we must remember is to make sure that the little things that comes our way, we need to question whether it's worth fighting with it. Yeah. Is it worth a fight? Is that situation worth a fight? Or is it something to go away? In my gratitude journal and my goal setting journal that I keep telling you guys that you should have, there are times every 40 pages or so you'll get a statement. Are my actions in this moment going to take me closer or further away from my goal? Just before you eat a whole bag of chips, ask that question. What I'm going to do now, is it aligned with my dream goals and desires? These are some of the things I have in there. And now that I have you, I just remember on the 14th of October, I have a seminar coming up. You have to register. It's going to cost you, I can't remember, I have to find out, I wrote it down. And you are going to learn how to write powerful and amazing, workable affirmations for yourself. I'm going to take you through the journey. It's 2 hours, 11 to 2. 11, 12, you know what I mean, 1, 2, yeah. So something like that. I'll check the hours, but it's on the 14th for sure. I will do the ad. Yuko will help me with that. And we are going to learn how to make affirmations. So when you face that beaver in your river, you can move over the river and get to that beaver and clean that bundle of trees and whatever it blocks your river with. The beaver is only concerned about creating a swimming hole for itself. Even animals can teach us lessons. The beaver doesn't care whether you starve and you die of thirst downstream. It has no intention of doing anything about your situation downstream. What it does have is that, hey, I have a swimming hole. Let's take a bit from the lake, from the beaver. Let's take a bit from the beaver and have our own swimming hole. Create what you want. The beaver is teaching us a lesson. I want to swim, I need to do this. I want to be successful, I have to find my joy and my happiness. I want to be slim, I have to go walking. I want to be a good speaker, I have to speak. I want to be a good coach, I have to coach. I want to be a good person that teach people how to do lives and all of that, then do that. That is what some people do, or how to edit their videos and have fun doing what you're good at. This is Tessa-Marie saying have a great weekend, and don't forget you have a homework. What must change for you? And change it. So let me say, I know you guys, Stacy and Kia, Rita, Ryan, and Loretta. Thank you, wonderful, amazing people. Rita is closing down her Instagram. She's going internal. So maybe we won't be seeing her on Monday. So see you guys. Talk to you later. Have a wonderful and amazing day. I am happy and grateful, and I appreciate each and every one of you. And remember, on the 14th, and I'm only taking a certain amount. You guys know that who have done my seminars. I do not take a lot of people because I really want to give you attention. Because if you have your affirmation, you could be driving your car, you're repeating the affirmation. You created it. It's going to be challenging, but it's going to be amazing. Take care. Have a great day.